Previously on PeakD&D, we are at the bottom of a giant cavern that we have landed down into. It is glowy and it is mushroomy. We do see evidence of real dad further off into the cavern. So we start following this glowy path past these purple crystals, past these blue crystals and orange crystals. We come to a fire mushroom. Boom! It explodes onto me. We go to this other mushroom. It's punching at us. So we get to this other mushroom and it's spores. Oren thinks he can run through it with his held breath, but it doesn't matter because on his skin, it puts him to sleep. So they save Oren, the party saves Oren. We loot the room full of Cecil's stuff. We find a hatch down into a vast city of glowing green magic stuff.
Let's go! Last time on PeakD&D, all right, we are at the edge of this cliff overseeing this huge Netherdark city. And we think that's where Real Dad is there, and maybe Cecil too, because we have some of his things. So we travel down and we get a long rest in, and during the long rest, Ravi opens up the talking fork and tells his friends that he may be a direct descendant of Votor. And all of us are kind of skeptical about that information, but now that we have it, we can be on the lookout for what's it called? Things that
Evidence.
add evidence to that trail.
A lot of questions. A lot of questions.
A lot of questions going on in my mind.
Proof?
And then we're traveling
that
the
was
next
a good
day.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, I know. Traveling the next day, and these little critters come up and they try to rob us, but I just give them gold and they think they robbed us, and then they're taking us into the city called
Neshville. Obviously, on PeakD&D, we met Gus the Goblin. And he took them to the gates of the city and got them in. They were paying their way into the upper tiers of the city. And then they met Madame Zolta, the fortune teller. They had a couple of nice readings about their fates, and we let the cards sort of dictate a couple of things about the story. It went really well for Oren. And then found out that Didarian Otmar, Ravi's father, had chartered a ship and it went out into the abyssal sea down here, and that was kind of crazy. So gathering some information at the harbor masters, chartered a ship to follow him. As they exited the harbor master shop, they were stopped by guards and a goblin who said they had murdered our good friend Madame Zolta.
Last time on PeakD&D, a bunch of crazy shit happened, and it's like Netherworld, Underdark, Law and Order, but we thought there was going to be a super simple fight that was going to go so well, but it turns out we decided to pursue the Netherdark legal system instead, and so then there was a big investigation with all sorts of like magic forensical scientists, and we get paraded through, and like they're kind of dicks, honestly, and it's certainly not innocent until proven guilty. No. But then we make our way to the magistrate, and we've got all our evidence arrayed, and we're outside trying to figure it out, and then all of a sudden the magistrate gets taken over by the Shadow King, and evidently we're going to parlay with the big bad.